So this is a light update number 2. Excuse my voice. I'm just getting up really right now on the weekends. I don't really know what I'm gonna do until the weekend is here. Like Saturdays are typically cleaning days for me, but usually on a Saturday now, going through my grieving process, I do what I feel when I wake up that day, honestly. And 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm always going to feel like going to the gym because it's my happy place. It's going to get me mentally where I need to be. So, right now I'm headed to the hair store because part of my healing process is, well, if you don't know me, I'll give you a little background. Like, I enjoy having my hair done. I enjoy being cute, but like chill cute. So that's me. And you know, when you start grieving and healing, like you don't really feel like yourself. So honestly, what I've just been doing, which if you know me, you know I change my hair often anyway. It's usually wigs. But so yeah, one of the things I like to do is my hair. Like that's another form of therapy for me. I went to cosmetology school, didn't have a passion for cosmetology. It was just something that I was able to do. I was capable of because of my siblings, and I thank God for them. Y'all hold up, we're about to do something real iffy. Because people don't know how to draw me in trouble. But doing my hair is another happy place for me. So right now, like the week I just had in, I go in the hair store and the Indians be like, this is good quality hair. It lasts you a long time, good deal, I promise. But you be like, okay, cuz, you know, I know you got me because you had me last time on that buy one, get one. Baby, that weave ain't last a full week for real. So, we're gonna try something different today. Just go pick up something quick until I'm able to order a wig like I really want. But, yeah, you know, these will just be little light updates on life, on how my grieving process is going. Today is Saturday. I recorded that video literally like weeks apart. Like the first part of that video was recorded maybe a week prior to the second part. But I battled wanting to post it because it was so, I felt exposed and I hate feeling exposed. So I'm a very private person, so this is definitely a challenge for me. But we're going to do it because I truly feel like my story is going to help a lot of people. I run across people all the time who say, well, yeah, don't be stupid. But yeah, I went to cosmetology school, didn't have a passion for it. Everybody's like, oh, you should start back doing hair when hell freezes over, you guys. I promise. It's just something about standing behind a chair on your feet for hours, got your back hurting, you ain't ate, you dehydrated. Like, doing that don't make me happy. Going to the gym makes me happy, though. Going to the gym makes me feel good. So, yeah, y'all, I'm not going back to hair. Y'all might see me post a couple story time, doing my hair type deal, or like week videos. I don't mind doing those, but to do someone's hair, if it ain't my niece, nephews, or sisters, but yes, I'm on my way to the hair store. This part of the video is going to be very long because I'm not trying to talk for 30 minutes because I'm going to insert the how to, well, not a how to, but just me installing my hair, do a little story time with y'all. Yeah, so Saturday, I may go shopping with my sister later when she gets off work. Not sure what time that is because baby do hair and baby be getting appliance. So if y'all need y'all dreads done, y'all want to start some locks, braids, whatever, hit up Erica and Savannah. But yeah, so I'm always at the hair store. I'm not gonna talk to y'all long, so bye. So I didn't take you in the hair store with me because I already knew what I was going in there for. and I was literally in there for like barely 2 minutes. Yeah, most times when I'm going to the hair store, it's rare that I don't know what I'm going for because I don't like being in stores for long, especially now. So I'm really just about to hop on Truman, stop by the grocery store, grab a case of water and a few groceries because my body has been fighting me. Like, one thing about grief, like, grief eating is dangerous. I will say that because as a trainer, I have been doing poorly with my nutrition. Like, I have been eating trash. Like, I'm not gonna show y'all. I might show it on my fitness channel, but I've been eating trash, and I'm really about to. I really need to get back to eating clean, eating healthy, feeding my body the good stuff because I can feel it when I wake up in the mornings. I can feel it throughout the day. Like, I don't have the energy that I normally would when I'm drinking my smoothies and eating balanced meals. So we're definitely getting back to that. So now I am about to hop on the highway back to my side of town and swing by the store and go home and clean, install this hair, and figure out what I want to do for the rest of the day. I may go to the gym. We'll see. So I guess you can call this a light big chop update. It is growing slowly, honestly. Like, my edges on this side has always been fuller. This side is we're still struggling, but I haven't been consistent with my edge treatments just because everything I had going on. Honestly, I just been keeping my hair put away. So today we are going to be doing a half up, half down style. I don't look too crazy. It's straight right here because I just had a partial sew in. All right, so we are going to get into this half up, half down style. This is by Sensational, however the hell they say it. So I just got this from my local beauty supply store. That's how it looks. Sorry for the glare, but that's how she looks. So it comes with 2 pieces. I'm just gonna go ahead and open it up and try to get something closer to my hair type. This will be easier because I like synthetic wigs, but I don't like taking my wig off at night. Like, I'm gonna get up and get what I need to get done and not have to worry too much about my hair type of person. So it is packaged just in the little net. I'm just gonna take it out the net, see what we're working with. It's really soft. This is just the back part and it's full. So yeah, I think I'm really gonna. This is a quick snap on, snap off. So I wouldn't mind having to get up and just plop this on my head real quick. Okay, and this is the ponytail part. It's in the net. Just gonna take it out. Yeah. And it's fairly long. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be this long, but I'm kind of glad it is. It's cold now, so it's safe for me to wear the longer styles without people going, girl, you're not hot. I don't be hot. Like, y'all, I ain't got no blood. Like, I'm always cold. So you can definitely tell it's synthetic, but it's soft. It's not like that rough. You don't want to run your fingers through it too much. I know y'all saw me doing it. I actually have some spray that I'll use for synthetic hair. So that's the ponytail, and it has like 2 clips. It has 2 clips, and then it has a little string part that I'm going to wrap around the ponytail. So this is going to be quick, easy, and painless. So what I'm going to do first is I want to part the top, and I'm going to put just 2 braids in the back because it's a quick style. Okay, so this is just something to get me through the next work week or however long it takes me to order another wig because I really just don't feel like doing my hair anymore. Prior to everything that just occurred, I was working for the ILA Employers Welfare Fund. And if you know me, you know I'm not scared to say the name. I'm gone from there. It ain't nothing they can do about me at all. But I'm going to tell y'all the story real quick of why I hated my job so much and why I took a pay cut just to leave. So back in, when did I start there? 2017, I started working for the ILA Employers Welfare Fund. If you don't know what the ILA is, it's the International Longshoremen Association. And the welfare office was basically like, it handled all their fringe benefits. So I was the office clerk at the time. And you know, starting off, I was coming out of retail. I was excited because I'm like, okay, it's a Black woman in a high position. She's my boss. She holds a lot of weight. The company is important because, I mean, it's longshoremen. Like, you hear a lot of bad things about longshoremen, but at the same time, you gotta think like they're the reason why we get the goods that we have, whether it's cars, food, clothes. Like, they unload all that stuff off the ship. And it is a dangerous job, but that's neither here nor there. That's not what we're here to talk about. So I applied to this position because at the time I was working for retail. I was working in retail. I was a store assistant manager. And one of my employees at the time told me about a job opening that she knew about. And she knew I had been trying to get out of retail, you know, just trying to better my life, just trying to make more coin. Exactly. So March of 2018 is truly where I found out what my boss's true colors were. So at the time, March 2018, I came into work, and the day before, my boss had asked me to clear out an old desk that I was using when I first started, because they moved me to the front. And when I started, they had me in the back for training. So they were about to hire a new person. So she asked me to clean all my items out of the desk. So I did that. I cleaned out my items out of the desk because she didn't instruct me to move anything that was there prior to me. Because when I mind you, when I got to the desk, when I started, there was loads of stuff already in the desk, stuff they wasn't using anymore, stuff from previous people, And you know, had she handled the situation differently, I might have would have just been like, okay, well, I'll go back there and clean out the rest of the stuff. But she didn't. And this is where she became Uncle Ruckus. I wish I could give you the date, but I can't remember the exact date. It is in my phone because I keep a record of everything. But I started, yeah, so I came into work that day, and as I'm walking into work, the way the employee door is, I could see directly to my desk in the back when I'm walking to the front of the office. So as I'm walking past that area, I look back and there's a cart in front of the desk that I used to sit at, and it's full of junk. It looks like someone literally went to the desk and just was throwing stuff out, like just throwing stuff just everywhere. It was trashed. There was a cart in front of the desk. There was stuff all in the cart, all over the floor around the cart, as if someone was just throwing stuff towards the cart. So I got to the front and I asked one of my coworkers, which is a good friend of mine. Like, she's like a sister to me now. So I asked her, I was like, well, so what's going on with the cart in the bag? And, you know, she didn't know. So she kind of gave me an explanation of what it may be. So I went to my boss's office and I was like, hey, there's, you know, a cart in front of that desk. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with it because there's so much stuff in front of it. So I was like, well, you know, as far as I know, I cleaned out all my stuff in my desk. So when I went in there, I was like, so what's going on with the desk? She was like, I asked you to clean everything out of the desk and you didn't do what you were told. If you know me, you know why this part of the situation just didn't sit right with me. Because first of all, nobody can address me just any type of way. And especially adults. Like, even since I was little, like, once my mama taught me, you got to give respect to get it. Like, everything else just went out the window. Because if you disrespected me, don't expect me to respect you back. Period. Like, that was me. Even as a kid, like, I got in trouble all the time for saying something slick to my elders after they tried me. My mama used to always tell me, like, come to me. Don't just go off. I'm like, no, she tried me. You told me you gotta get respect to get it. She respect me, so I can respect her. But yeah, anyway, so she was like, you ain't do what you was told, da da da. So to keep myself out of trouble and keep me from losing my job, I stormed out the office very angrily, and I texted my best friends to calm myself down. And mind you, my mama didn't know about this situation, honestly, until probably last year. I told her, and she was furious when I finally told her. She was like, why didn't you tell me? I was like, this is why, because I'm the youngest of 6. Everybody crazy about me. So, no. So, yeah, so I left out the office, and one of my coworkers that was there at the time, she came, well, she started cleaning it up, and I was like, I don't want her to back you just clean it up by herself. So I went back there to see what it was and make sure it wasn't none of my stuff. I didn't do a lot of lifting. Honestly, I didn't, because I was still really pissed at the fact that she thought that she could try me like that. So in 2018, well, no, let me go back. So I was a manager at Dress Barn, and come to find out, first of all, when I got to my first interview, let me start there. When I got to my interview, I didn't know that my employee was referring me to her mother. So that's the kicker. So the employee from Dress Barn, and mind you, at the time, I was trying to get out of my comfort zone and be antisocial once again. And, I started going to her little book club that she had, just trying to get out the house, which I wasn't in the house a lot then. I just wanted to be a little bit more social at the time. And, people say a lot of times, why you don't? Because I don't like drama, y'all. Like, I enjoy peace. I don't see how people go through life with all this drama, and the next week they got more drama, and then the next week they want some more drama. Baby, I like peace. So I filled out an application, and there were red flags prior to me starting there. I will admit that I ignored, because I was actually at her daughter's house one day doing her hair, and this was after I filled out the I submitted my resume, because it was the office. They didn't have an application, but they did, take resumes. So, I was at her daughter's house doing her hair. She had already helped me with, she helped me update my resume. And as she's helping me update my resume, I'm asking her questions, but she's still not telling me anything that I really want to know. Just that, basically just show up to the job interview, because, she put in a good word. So I submit my application, and as I'm doing her daughter's hair, another time that I'm at her house, she starts to talk about the employees that's working there. And my thing is, at the time, I'm like, girl, that's how it is. But at the same time, I don't judge people based on what I hear. Like, one thing about me, I'm going to keep it 100 about how I deal with you, why I'm dealing with you. I'm not going to listen to what everybody else got to say about you. Like, I'm going to have my own opinion of you. Like, because just because someone else's experience was like that with you doesn't mean my experience is going to be like that with you. So I'm not going to punish you or punish our friendship just because of what somebody else said. We're adults here. Let's be mature. Not everybody is meant to be everybody's friend. Sometimes people, are different for different people. So, plus I'm the type of person, I don't let everybody around me. Yeah, y'all see my struggle edges. I don't let everybody, around me or whatever. And I don't let a lot of people close to me, and the people who are close to me know that. So the fact that I even let her, put in the word for me for a job said a lot. Like, we had a lot of conversations in store. She seemed to be a genuine person, which everybody does in the beginning. Okay, I'm just going to tie my hair down. I just did three braids in the back. I don't know if y'all can see that. They might not be neat, but that's not what we're here for. So, yeah, so there were some red flags. So she started talking about the employees, and, I ain't paying it no mind, because honestly, at the time, I was just like, I need more. I'm trying to, you know, come up. I don't really care about the other stuff. Like, this is a good job, and I'm really just trying to, you know, make it work for me. Like, I'm trying to get out of retail. I always had a passion for business. Like, but yeah, so one particular thing that she said, she was like, well, she was kind of going around the office talking about the different attitudes in there or whatever. So she was like, yeah, it's one in there. Her attitude is just terrible. She's always mean, and you'll know each one based on what I'm telling you when I get there. I really won't, because I'm not gonna look for that. When I start a job, I'm starting a job to work. I can care less about what's going on. So that was one of my big red flags that I ignored. And she said a lot at night, but honestly, I don't remember because it was a long time ago and I don't care. But all the people that she were discussing became close to me, and the ones that she was trying to push me to be closest to, I realized when I got there that they were the problem. Like, they were not doing work or complaining about work, doing poor quality work, and they were the ones that my boss at the time was like giving accolades to and all this other extra stuff and treating nice, versus me who's constantly being attacked. So yeah, so when I went in for my interview, they were like, oh, we're gonna put you at the front and hopefully no one attitude rubs off on you. Mind you, there was only one girl working the front, so that really was disrespectful, and she truly could have sued them for defamation of character. But that's, you know, it's neither here nor there. You know, me and her got close, and I let her know everything that went on prior to me. Okay, weave. I'm sleep. I am sleep, baby. I'm sleep. But yeah, so I told her everything that was going on, and you know, she kind of just gave me a heads up on how the office was really, and even how, you know, one of the other girls that left, she basically was targeted by my boss because of a lot of things that my boss did to me, she did to her. It's just that the young lady wasn't smart enough to not get fired, type deal. And you know, it's not on her. She made some mistakes and they took the opportunity. But so I'm at the office now. So once I start, okay, going back to March. So come to find out, my boss had been doing stuff like that previously, like before. And the young lady even told me, you know, there's been times where they came in and their desks were completely trash. Like, she went through their drawers and just pulled everything out, and you know, nothing was done about it. Like, she got in good. We didn't have HR, and she got in good with the attorneys and the board of trustees. So honestly, nothing was done once we started to complain about stuff. Like, while I was there, I was definitely one of the people who, you know, did the whole anonymous letter to the board of trustees because we were afraid for our jobs, and just about everybody in there has, you know, children, so they can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna just attack my boss. And you know, I had bills, and I'm the type of person, I've always been independent. Like, I pay my own bills dirty, and I wasn't trying to get to the point where I lost my job, but I just wanted to be treated fairly, for real. And that was my thing. Like, she didn't appreciate the fact that we really could have did so much more, you know, to protect ourselves that would have harmed her in the end, but we didn't. And she was very ungrateful of that. It's a lot of hair, but honestly, I love it. I love big hair. Like, it's everything, honestly. For $40, okay, this was only $40. So I'm gonna finish my story real quick, but as y'all can see, that was really quick. I'm gonna give a quick review in a minute. But so with all that going on, so the girl basically told me that she had trashed her desk before nothing was done. So we did a letter to, well, I did a letter to the board of trustees just to kind of get us some help, because we don't have HR, and anything that happens in that office, like, nothing's done about it, like for real. Like even one of my coworkers was telling me that one of the trustees said one time that the black woman in that office made too much money. And I know this gonna cause a lot of backlash, but I don't really care because I'm tired of these places of employment making it seem like they can treat us all types of ways and nothing comes of it. Their company isn't put on the spot. We just gonna move on to another job and then that's gonna be that. Yeah, I understand we're there for a job. We're also there to be respected. Like we didn't just fight for a right to work as women to be disrespected, especially by another woman, and in my case, especially by another black woman. So let's be real. Like, no, I'm not gonna shut up about it. So, and I've tried different avenues. I've called the EEOC. I've contacted OSHA. I've contacted attorneys. Like anytime a situation happened, like I contacted them, even down into the pandemic, because there was a time where I was on vacation, came back, and somebody was in the office. I'm not gonna say who. Somebody was in the office, and they had tested positive for COVID. So that technically, at the time, you know, the whole office should have been shut down, sanitized, and because I hadn't been there, I should have been notified, so I didn't come into the office. However, my boss found out about it. It had to be before lunchtime one day. She didn't say anything until like 4 o'clock. So we're all just in there just baking. Like she didn't find it urgent with everything with COVID going on. She didn't find it urgent to get us out of the office and protect us or nothing like that. So it was another incident where one of my coworkers was out, and it just so happened that that coworker was out because they were exposed. They had a possible exposure to COVID because at the time that coworker was doing hair on the side, and one of their clients tested positive. This particular coworker contacted my boss on a Tuesday and told her what was going on, told her to let the staff know so everybody can, you know, get tested since we had been around each other. She did not say anything. The only reason why I know this is because that coworker called me that Friday to ask me another question. And when I mentioned that she wasn't there, no, matter of fact, she asked me, hey, did she tell y'all what was going on? I was like, no. And when she told me, I was like, this is the second time. And yes, after that, I contacted an attorney. I contacted the EEOC. Nothing happened. I had been pounding the EEOC, submitting requests, talking to attorneys. I even got to the point where I was talking to an investigator with the EEOC. But because of the incidences being out of the statute of limitations that I was trying to file for, and her being so careful towards the end, once she started pissing me off, I think that's when she got smart and was like, well, let me calm down on how I'm handling certain things with her, because this one not done. Yeah, I'm not, and I'm gonna fight for me. One thing about me, you're gonna respect me, period. I don't care. You ain't gotta like me, you ain't gotta love me, but one thing you will not do is disrespect me. I was applying for positions once things was getting bad, and towards the end, I got a call back from a position I applied for that just so happens to be a really good position. Love this job. Love this job. Real laid back. It's a lot of work, but the morale is everything. Like, that's my thing. Like, a job can be hard because working at the ILA, yes, the job was very tedious, but I was good at my job. Nobody can take that from me. The problem with my job was my boss. If it was not for my boss, I wouldn't have left. And there's so many people that I know that left there that said the same thing. Like, if it was not for her, she wouldn't have left. Because I had even gotten close with, well, not necessarily close, but I built a certain type of rapport with the longshoremen that I was dealing with at the time, because I was handling a portion of their benefits that was very, you know, fragile and important to them. So I, you know, anytime they would call in, I was encouraging them, you know, even to the point where if I wasn't there, they were concerned, or when they called back in, if they didn't get me, they asked for me, because I went above and beyond to make sure I got their stuff taken care of. But even in that position, I found out that she was bad-mouthing the employees of the fund to the longshoremen, because one of the longshoremen called one day, and as I'm hanging up the phone, I hear him say, well, that's why my boss's name does not want y'all in this office anymore. And I'm like, so anytime one of the longshoremen that she liked or was friends with didn't get their way, they went off, and then she went off on us. That was it. Like, she caught an attitude with us. She didn't, anytime somebody called to complain, she did not back us up. It was never, you know, well, let me get to the bottom of the situation. Like, she would literally call me and be like, why you did this? Well, you can ask me if that's actually what I did first, but don't worry, I remember everything that I say, and I will literally lay out everything that I said to that participant and let her know what it is, what it ain't, and what it's gonna be like. Like, I had my pay docked, and I was written up for being tardy, which I'm the type of person, like, yeah, I'm gonna take full responsibility. I was late a couple times, but it was like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute type deal. And no, I'm not saying it's not a big deal because you're supposed to be on your own time, but this was like during the pandemic, mentally going through a lot and everything else, which I explained to her, and I accepted fault. I was like, you're right. Should have been here on time, My issue was that there was another employee doing the same thing, but that employee was late 15 minutes, 20 minutes, coming in not doing nothing type deal. And that employee never got reprimanded for the things that she was doing that I was getting in trouble for, and she was doing the same thing. That was my issue. So, after that, I was just like, it's time for me to go. Like, I literally had to storm out her office so I wouldn't put my hands on her. And once I get there, like, that's how disrespectful she was. I'm not a violent person. Like, I'll defend myself, but I'm not a violent person because, for one, like I told y'all, I like peace. Y'all, I'm just fixing this ponytail because it's not laying how I wanted to lay. But I like peace, and what you're not about to do is come into my life and destroy a piece of me, especially when it comes to work, because everybody know I'm a workaholic. Like, all my friends know I'm always at work. Like, even before I started working in office settings where, I was only working 9 to 5, like, if I had a job, my behind was going to work. Every now and then, I would even pick up 2 jobs. But so, like, once it got to the point where I felt myself being disrespectful or wanting to be too disrespectful, as far as like wanting to put my hands on her for the disrespect, I just, was like, okay, it's definitely time for me to just, catch ghosts. Don't do this, just find another place of employment. And granted, yeah, I made that decision, but it's not like it happened right then and there. So there were more things that occurred in that office prior to me leaving. Like, I could go on and on and on all day, which I'm not going to, about the things that she did, how disrespectful she was, and how we were treated poorly just as individuals, not even just as Black women, just as individuals. Like, it's common courtesy to treat people with respect, for real. So, all that, and I got a better job as far as morale and all that, it's better opportunities for me, So, for all of you that's rushing to, oh, if you hear ILA, let's go, baby, do your research, because I went through hell and high water with this lady. Like, even to the point where the situation with someone coming into the office while I was on vacation with COVID, and I came into work the next day because she wasn't letting anyone take off. And I even messaged her and was like, hey, is there any way I can stay out until my test come back? Because, I wasn't in the office when he was in there, and I'm not comfortable. She messaged me back and was like, you can without pay. She didn't show concern. She didn't say, I'm sorry that, you're feeling like this. I understand this is a trying time for everyone. So, you have vacation time, use it. Or, you have personal time, use it by all means. I get it. Baby was like, you can without pay. She didn't show no concern. And when I came into work the next day, because we all went and got tested together that morning, she didn't shut down the office. And when I came into work that day, I was like, my anxiety was through the roof. Like, COVID did something to me, to the point I'm already an introvert. I didn't want to be around people. And when I came into the office, I was on the phone with my mom at the time, just trying to calm down. And you walked up to me because you heard me saying something about the situation. Yes, I was saying something about you not having a backbone, the fact that you don't care about us or take up for us, because we shouldn't have been in that office, and the office hadn't been sanitized or anything from that person being in there. Her thought was, well, we're all exposed now, and she didn't care about the safety or health of her employees. And just honestly, it was all bad for my mental, emotional, And, you know, granted, you keep your emotions out the office, which I did. I'm here to do a job, period. But my thing is, it's hard to do my job when you're being disrespectful. Because, yeah, I understand I'm here to do a job, but you're not about to disrespect me, bruh. Like, at all. You're not going to disrespect me. That's not who I am. That's not what I'm about to let go down. So, yeah, we did the letter to the Board of Trustees. They met with us. Her boss even explained how he had an issue before with himself and his employees, and they talked about it and it got better. Baby, she changed for 2 days, y'all. And if one of her bosses or trustees see this, Val changed for 2 days, maybe 2 weeks, and was back to her old ways. She barely talked to us at the Christmas dinner that year. She made it seem like it was something she was forced to do. She didn't even want to be there. So, yeah, it's a job. You go there, you work, but you shouldn't have to deal with the disrespect and the constant like micromanaging that went on, when a lot of times she made most of the mistakes and then tried to put it on us. Like, even just before I left, there was some stuff that went out that shouldn't have went out, that was her fault, and she had refused to sign the letter trying to, you know, settle the situation. But yeah, like, it was bad. And a lot of people saw me saying, you know, forget these 9 to 5s, work for yourself, which I'm still trying to do. But honestly, I love my job, and the job that I have now, like, I am going to do my best at it, because it's good people, and it's good morale. Like, the morale is high. Like, the morale was trash at my last job. Like, nobody wanted to come in there. Like, even some of the participants hated coming in there. That's what we call them, participants. But yeah, so I left and life got better. And even before losing my mom, like, she called me one day because I took some time off when my mom was in the hospital with COVID. Like, I camped out. Ooh, reveal. I literally camped out at the hospital my mom's first night there, because I was like, you know, I just wasn't comfortable just leaving her there. You know, nobody could stay or nothing like that. But I slept in my car all night, and she knew. And honestly, the next morning she texted me a prayer, you know, or whatever, and I gave them updates. And I came into work. Once I got back into work, she called my desk right before payroll went in. And, you know, I understand that, you know, there are things that you have to do on a job. You know, you have responsibilities, and, you know, when you're out, you have to submit the information. Mind you, when I came back, my desk was a mess, because my backup, anytime I have to be out or something, when I come back, my desk is a mess because my backup doesn't handle things the way that I do. And she called my desk and was like, I already told y'all I'm not about to keep reminding y'all about these time slips. She was like, you need to turn in your time slip for that time you took off. And the only reason why I even said something is because I knew it was for a lot of time. When I said I wanted to cuss that lady out on that phone, I wanted to cuss her out on the phone. But I remember the last conversation I had with my mom about her, because anytime she made me mad, I would go in the break room and call my mama. And the very last time she made me mad, like, I was in a break room, like, in tears, just hyperventilating, because that's how angry I was. Like, I really wanted to be able to be in a position to put my hands on her, but I understood that I couldn't do that. And I understood that, you know, even though she deserved it, it wasn't godly. It wasn't the way God would want me to handle it. So, you know, mom was just like, girl, calm down before you hyperventilate. You gotta calm down, Terica. You gotta calm down. And so, you know, I talked to her for a minute, and then I calmed down. But even after my mom got put in the hospital, like, that call, the way she called me, I was like, yeah, I gotta get out of here, because if not, she's going to keep pushing my buttons, and it's not going to end pretty at all, because I'm not a violent person, but I do not do disrespect. And when I say this lady was blatantly just disrespectful on all levels, I'm not even joking. I'm not. But, you know, I'm still trying to see if there's ways I can make it better, because even though I left, I don't want the people that's still there to have to still deal with what she's doing and her attitude and stuff. So I am going to continue researching stuff. I'm not done yet, just in case you thought I was. I ain't done yet. You know, I still have some things in motion or whatever. So once I finish getting that in place and things start to unfold, I'll update you guys on that. But I will leave you with this piece of advice. Like, don't let these jobs disrespect you. Don't let these places of employment, just because you got bills. Because, baby, I support me. I have been paying my own bills for as long as I can remember. And that's pride. Like, I like being able to take care of myself. Like, I don't have fallback. Like, it's just me out here in these streets. Like, you know, I am the bag. So, like, yeah, it's important for me to have a job to support myself. At the same time, God gonna provide, and He never told me to sit down and just take disrespect from people. Like, you got to do what's right. And if you see somebody doing something wrong, especially somebody that's supposed to be a woman of God, and they're coming to work every morning with her Bible, but halfway through the day you catch attitudes with people closing your door. That's another thing. Like, she kept her door closed, especially when COVID got real bad. Basically, like, as if she was saying, you know, y'all out there with the germs, I'm gonna stay in here and don't come to my office without a mask on. Which, I get, protect yourself, but you making the morale worse, because you putting people before other people. You letting certain people get away with other things, and then you're blatantly making it seem like you don't care about us by closing your door off to us and not making us feel welcomed at all. You cannot run this fund by yourself, so you need to humble yourself for real. You came from Yamacraw out the hood just like the rest of us. But we're not gonna go there, because she really do act like she better than everybody. And I'm like, baby, you came from the projects. And just to let y'all know, no, I do not talk to her daughter anymore, because my thing is, if that's how your mama act and y'all like this, and the way you was talking to me before I got started, you're the same person, and I will not. So to keep myself out of trouble, out of jail, I remove myself from the situation. But y'all, I really like this hair. Hold on, let me give y'all a close up. Hold on. Long. And it's full, just like I like it. I have a big head, so I like big hair. I like feeling good. And part of that is health and fitness and knowing how to slay a simple hairstyle. So I am going to leave you guys with that. So yes, I really like this hair. It's really soft. It's bouncy, it's flowy. Of course, I'm not gonna sleep in this, because for one, it's a lot of hair, and it's a lot of hair that's not human hair. So I'll show you again. So this is the Instant Up and Down. This one is by Sensational, and I'll try to find a link to link it in the description. But this is the packaging. And it's really cute. This is the back. Those are the colors. Really cute style for just $40. So as far as the quality of the hair, it is synthetic. So I mean, I know it's not going to be perfect, but we still want to have some type of, you know, longevity to it with the right products, because I do have some conditioner that I use on my synthetic hairs that's really good. And y'all talk to them people when y'all go in the hair store, because the wig's not just up there for no reason. Like, them Indians and them Chinese people, like, no racism. Like, they know what they doing when they sell the synthetic hair. And they have to make the mannequins look like something while they up there, so they know how to take care of it. So ask questions. Like, don't just go in the hair store and be like, oh, ain't no black people in here, I ain't gonna ask no questions. Baby, ask some questions before you be around here with nappy roots. But yeah, it's so cute, y'all. I might put some lashes on and do a big reveal. Okay, bye, y'all.